Alright, so we looked through his manifesto. I couldn't get anything from his terminal, unfortunately. Yeah, because I don't have the decking needed. So let's leave it alone. We still have a bunch of doors to examine, so we're gonna go. We already got through those doors, so I'm gonna go through the ones down here with the cat in my lap. Kitty, 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 kitty. You can hear a distant murmuring sound coming from inside the room. 3, maybe 4 people are talking amongst themselves. You can't make out what they're saying, but one of the voices sounds desperate. You heard that tone before. It sounds like a man pleading for his life. We should keep moving. What's going on in there? We don't want to get involved. Sounds like someone's in trouble. I don't doubt it, but there's nothing we can do about it. The cultists in there have been brainwashed by Harrow. Whatever they're doing it on their own accord. After we purified the shrine, then we can intervene. But if we go in there now, they're going to attack us, and we're going to have to kill them. That's not what I came here to do. Alright, Gloria, you win. Alright, let's continue down. You're right, they'll attack us if they see us, so we should keep going. Alright, what about this? You hear voices. You can't make out the words, but regular chorus of rough laughter tell you that the people are enjoying themselves. Those voices belong to Harrow's acolytes. They'll have some magical training, and they like hurting people. You open that door, we're gonna have a fight on our hands. How do you know they're acolytes? Process of elimination. Initiates aren't allowed in the room. In that room. It's one of Harrow's rules. On a rare occasion that initiate is invited in, he usually doesn't come back out again. What happens in there? It's sort of a lounge for Harrow's inner circle. The acolytes, the bait girls, and Harrow's wives. Marta and I used to spend a lot of time in there. Alright. We don't want to fuck with them, I guess. Alright, so the van. Alright, so looks like we've done everything in here. Alright, let's go to the shrine. Alright, shrine. Can I save? Nope. Alright. The doorway shimmers with a faint red light. As you approach the door, you can feel a squirming sensation in the back of your skull. Your limbs begin to tingle, then feel heavy. The closer you get to the doorway, the more struggle it is to continue moving forward. It feels as if though the strength is being siphoned from your body. As you step away from the door, the crawling sensation gradually recedes. A moment later, the strength returns to your limbs. The shrine room is still there, but this barrier wasn't here before. Harrow must have warded the doorway before I ran. So, how do we get through? The word is like a lock. There must be a key, and I know who has it. There's only one person here that Harrow would offer it to. Marta. Looks like we're gonna have to confront her after all. Let's go. Alright, and we know where she is. Okay, let's do this. Open the door. Alright, we should take out the acolytes. I think. Ow. Ow! Alright, I'm gonna go over here. And we're gonna go links. And then we're gonna go... Ow. Come on. Control mode 2. Go here. Yeah, we're gonna have to take out some acolytes to do this right. I'm good. Over here. You suck. Alright, I'm gonna use this kit on myself. Glory. We have to go over there. You suck at this. Ow. Pain. Pain. Alright, we got a couple shots. 71! For fuck's sakes! Alright, you. And you. One more. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Alright, you. And... I need... God damn it. Alright, so there's something in here I want to see. Photo. Teenager in ratty clothing. Two of them are in a loving embrace. One is leaning to plant a kiss on the other's cheek. The other one is a smiling girl with fire red hair. The red-headed girl is Glory. She looks vibrant, happy. You don't recognize the other girl, but from what Glory told you, it's probably Marta. You look good as a redhead. Harrow certainly thought so. I did it for him, you know? A sign of devotion. All I ever wanted was to please him. Of course, now I realize what it really was. It was like Harold's way of making him his property, like a dog pissing on a tree. What a goddamn fool I was. Know anything about this ring? Marta gave it to me on the day that this photo was taken. She said she made it for me. I left it behind when I left this place. Marta still has feelings for you. Stranger things have happened. She stares at you. Haven't you been paying attention? Marta never cared about me. She was bait. It was her job to lure me here, and 100 other kids like me. The ring doesn't mean anything. Then why did she keep it? I don't know. It was mine, so I'm taking it. Let's keep moving. Alright. Oh, what's this? Initiate must have worn it in here. It's way too small for an acolyte. Her voice is soft and sad. Maybe he did something to offend Harrow. Or maybe a member of the inner circle was in the mood for sport. Doesn't matter either way. The owner of this shirt doesn't need it anymore. Okay. Alright, so... I did this because I wanted to talk Marta down, and there was a few ways of doing it. And I think I can do it at this point, so... I need to do this again, so hold on. Hey there! You used to live here, didn't you? I've seen your picture before. Really? I think so. I didn't look at it long. It was in the room that I wasn't supposed to be in, but I'm pretty sure it was you. It was probably. You're right. I did live here a long time ago. I was like you back then, a scared kid brought here by Marta for a chance at a new life. I like Marta. She's so nice. I always feel safe when I'm with her. Most adults aren't like that. They either don't notice you or they do for the wrong reasons. Marta, she cares about us. Can I ask you a question? Ask away. I overheard Marta talking with Mr. Harrow yesterday. I think they were talking about a meeting with him. The one that Marta was just telling us about. Where we'll learn the world in a different way. I couldn't really hear the whole conversation. It was all kind of muffled, but what I could hear was kind of weird. Mr. Harrow said some stuff about a shrine, and then it sounded like he changed the subject because he started talking about dinner. Something about chopping meat. Well, Marta got real upset. Said they're too new and they're not ready. Make the older ones do it. Stuff like that. But Mr. Harold said some other things, and then she calmed down again. And when she left, she was smiling. And I was wondering, how do you know what they were talking about? I wanted to make sure Marta's okay, and I can't ask her about it because I don't want her to find out I was eavesdropping. I think I know what Harold has planned for you. Have you ever opened the fridge in the other room? No, why? Is that where we're gonna make dinner? I wouldn't worry about it. We'll make sure Marta's okay. Alright, but don't tell her I told you that, please. Don't worry, we won't. How long have you been here, by the way? Almost a week. It's wonderful. Of course it is. So much nicer than living on the street, isn't it? You be good, sweetie. Don't you worry, we'll take care of Marta. I think it's like I thought, things have changed here the past year. Back when I lived here, Harold would never have let such a fresh convert prepare a sacrifice. He'd wait until she was in so deep, until she felt so indebted to him she couldn't turn tail and run. It was a rule. You let the newcomers settle in for a month, maybe 2, before teaching them the more unsavory aspects of cult life. Even then, you'd start them off slow. Their first lesson was to use pork, chicken, never use human meat. That didn't come until much later. Indoctrinating a new recruit after a week is risky as hell. You would never have done it when I lived here. The shrine. He's using it to brainwash the initiates faster than he used to. That's what I'm thinking. Harold's getting lazy, letting his captive spirit do the heavy lifting for him. So what does that mean for us? I'm still working on that, but I don't think that shrine is just a tool for Harold anymore. I think he relies on it. I think it's using it as a crutch. I think he's let himself become dependent on the damn thing. Alright, that girl is never going to have to do what we saw back in that kitchen. We won't let that happen. On that, we agree. Sup, bitch? The woman in this room is lovely. Full lips contrast artfully with her fine elvish features. A tumble of fire-red hair spills from over her shoulders. Beyond her physical beauty, there's something inherently approachable about her. She exudes an almost palatable aura of kindness and worth. Marta, Gloria's old lover, the lure that Harold used to draw her and so many hours to Feuerstelle. She looks up with a start at the sound of your approach. Her eyes go wide at the sight of Glory. As she takes in her cyberware, her mouth falls open in horror. Glory? Yes, Marta, it's me. It's been a long time. It has. Marta swallows. A horrified look hasn't left her face. Glory, what have you done to yourself? What I had to do. I got out, Marta. This was the only way. Oh, Glory. All at once, the horror on Marta's face is replaced with an expression of profound sorrow. I am so sorry. Marta steps forward, her arms extend to wrap Glory in a hug. All at once, something in Glory's face changes. Her skin goes from pale to pallid. Her breath becomes ragged. She takes a step back and raises her claws into a defensive posture. Do not touch me. You're one of Harold's creatures. You always were. Marta stops short. One of his creatures? Glory, what are you talking about? I'm not gonna say anything. You know as well as I do. You worship that monster. You seduced me into coming here so I would worship him. If you hadn't found me, if you hadn't baited me, none of this would have happened. None of what? I haven't done anything. If you'd left me there where you found me, I would never have hurt anybody. My mother would still be alive, and I never would have sold my soul to that abomination that you all worship. And I wouldn't have to have sacrificed my own body to escape it. This place took everything from me, and it started with you. Harold and I rescued you from a life on the street. A beautiful girl, homeless, penniless, living in the gutter. I pulled away from all of that. I saved you. I don't feel much of anything anymore, Marta. Most of the time, I'm completely numb. But for you, I can make an exception. I hate you. I'm sorry you feel that way, Glory. For my part, I still love you. I want to hear what's happening. Why are you listening to her? She's telling us what you want to hear. She's bait because of this. In the photo it was nailed to. If she were lying, she wouldn't have kept it all these years. Alright, Marta. Convince me. Convince you what? I'm not a monster? I've seen... yeah. So, logic! Don't you see anything ironic from being a cult leader devoted to freedom and rebellion to totalitarian leader? If Harrow actually believed in his rules that he taught you, he wouldn't have a problem with you questioning his orders. You don't understand. You don't see the beauty of Harrow's vision. You don't feel the love. And maybe you can explain it to me. Maybe if you can answer my questions, I'll be able to see the light. Yes, please ask your questions. I'll explain everything. You'll see. Glory said that you two spent a lot of time in the lounge back there when she lived here. What did you do in there? The usual. Drink, play games, have sex, watch the trid. The sort of things that lovers usually do in their free time. Why do you ask? We found a tattered, blood-stained shirt in there. It looked like it came from an initiate. The confusion washes over her face again. She begins to blink agitatedly and fidgeting. Then the unseen force clamps down again, and she remains calm. You found the shirt, so what? There could be hundreds of explanations for what it was. You know the kinds of things that happened in that room, Marta? We heard the stories. We both did. I've never seen an initiate harm in that room, not once. And as for the rumors, well, they're just rumors. They had to be. I've read Harrod's manifesto. It looks like he spends a long time talking about charity. Of course, charity. The kind he practices when I rescue people off the streets. But in his rules of living, he says all free thinkers are supposed to be selfish. Yes, but... and after that, he says only the strong deserve to prosper. So, which is it? I mean, you don't understand its message. It's what we all live by. It's what I live by. It can't be wrong, can it? Give us the amulet, Marta. It's the right thing to do. You're right. Something strange is going on here and things don't add up. I don't know why I had never seen it before. What's wrong with me? It isn't you, it's this place. It gets into your head. It took a lot more than this to wake me up from it. So you give us the amulet? I can't go against Harold's wishes. He told me never to take it off, and I won't. And I will come, but I will come with you. If I can save these kids from what's happening here, that's what I have to do. That's what we're here for. In that case, let's move to the shrine room. I'll get you to the door. I won't let any more children come to harm. Alright, we got her. Sweet. Are you anything important? Marta, are these friends of yours? Yes, dear heart, they are. We'll need to have a word with Harrow now. You go to bed. You have a big day tomorrow. Alright, cool. So we are able to convince Marta not to, you know, hurt us, and we're gonna take the amulet from her. Great. Great, great, great. Alright, let's open this door. Alright. Seems done it. I'm going to put a smear this on your forehead. It's a alchemical balm. Harrow taught me how to make it. She unscrews the cap, revealing a pale white ointment. The surface glitters strangely in the dim light. If you ever wondered where my share from the take goes on our jobs, this is the answer. Powdered ochroium isn't cheap. What does the ointment do? The boundaries between the material world and the astral plane are weak in this place. Things can bleed through. The balm is like a lens. It focuses your perceptions, makes the haze real. It lets you commune with his servitors, the emissaries of our master, the adversary. Not the way I'd put it, but yes, with this we can deal with the spirit on its own level. I've only done this with Harrow before. He warned me never to try it without him. There are strange things in the place we're about to visit. Whatever's waiting us, we can handle it. I know. This will protect your astral self from spiritual possession. Don't take it off while we're dealing with the shrine, whatever you do. Got it. What about Marta? I'll be fine. This works just as well. I don't know what's going to happen when we step into that room, Kitty Bit. We're playing with forces outside our control. Are you ready to do this? Ready as I'll ever be. I'm ready. Let's go. Once we purify the spirits, we can go about rescuing those kids. Harold will get away, but we can worry about that later. That's the plan. Let's do it. One last thing before we do this. I have a reason to suspect Harold isn't the real power here anymore. I think that spirit is. That's ridiculous. Harold trapped the spirit, made it his plaything. It does what he tells it to do. I don't think so. Not anymore. I believe that when Harold started using the shrine, he handed the spirit the keys to the kingdom. The bastard might think he's in charge of us, but he isn't. He's a servant, just like anybody else. The only difference is he doesn't know it. Where are we basing this on? What we saw with the initiate and the fridge. She jerks a thumb to Marta. Her general mindset, and what she said about the sacrifices. A lot of little things. They add up. Why does this even matter? I don't understand what you're saying. It matters because it's solid evidence that what we're doing is the right thing. Even if Harold does escape, he won't be as much of a threat as we thought he was. I just wanted Kitty to know that. Thanks. Let's do this. Alright. So, game saved. Anything in here? Nope, just a door. Let's go in. It's good we're as ready as we'll ever be. Shrine. Anything else in here? Nope. As you approach, a chorus of high, sibilant voices fill the air. The sound is light and airy, but something about it fills you bone-deep dread. Welcome home, Glory. Glory's eyes go wide. She opens her mouth to speak, but no sound escapes her. Glory, what? Something slams into you, a wave of intangible force that turns your consciousness inside out and sends shockwaves reverberating through your mind. The world lurches and everything goes black. Everything is black. Slowly, you begin to stir. Murky, flickering expressions invade the oily stillness of your unconscious mind. The sensation comes in waves, washing over you and jerking you back towards consciousness. You smell acrid smoke and burning meat. The roar of distant flames whisper in your ears. You become dimly aware that the gravity here feels wrong. Everything is heavier than it should be. And French fry is on my PC. And if he steps on the button of my PC, then everything goes kaput. Right, Mr. French Fry? You get hugs.